Hello everyone, it's Stephanie Ponteau. Welcome back to class. Today's lesson is Unit 7, page 88. Today is Wednesday, April 8th, and we are in Unit 7. So we're going to continue on with this lesson. Page 88, we're going to cover Lesson C. We're going to compare two or more things, and we're going to ask and answer questions comparing furniture, appliances, and stores. Okay, so in the last lesson, we talked about comparing only two things, and that you have to use the comparative form of the adjective. Well, when you are comparing three or more things, you use the superlative form of the adjective. So that is what we're going to learn about in this lesson. And before I get started on today's lesson, I want to do a really quick review of the lesson that we did on page 84. So let's look back real quick on page 84. Remember the big picture on page 84. There you go, right there. Okay. So the big picture on page 84. So we're just going to compare some of those items on that page. Like on page 84, we're comparing only two pianos, right? So which piano is taller? And taller is the comparative form of the adjective tall. So, do I hear someone? Did I hear Ling? Did you join us, Ling? Okay, yes. So the question is, which piano is taller? Yes, the black piano is taller. And how much does the black piano cost? It's $960. That's correct. All right, another question. Which refrigerator is cheaper? See, we've got two refrigerators. We've got the white one and the stainless steel refrigerator. Which refrigerator is cheaper? Yes, the white refrigerator is cheaper. They're both actually really cheap for refrigerators. You know, you go into Lowe's or your average appliance store, a refrigerator is going to cost you, the cheapest is probably $600. But here, these refrigerators are $99 and $250. So that's really cheap. So that's how you know this is a great sale here. All right, so, and notice that I said cheaper and not cheapest. I didn't ask which refrigerator is the cheapest. You would ask cheaper because you're only comparing two things. All right, let's see. How about one more question? Let's look at those three chairs in page 84. Right there. Yep. So you've got the blue chair, you've got the purple chair, and you've got the brown chair. That is a recliner. All right. Remember that type of chair that leans back and you can raise your feet up? That's a recliner. So which chair do you think is more comfortable? Yeah, probably the brown recliner because you can lean back and you kick your feet up. So I would think that one would be more comfortable. Okay, awesome. And then how about the couches? Nice is the adjective I'll pick for the couches. Which couch is nicer? I would say the red couch is probably nicer. It's got a nice, it's bigger and the arms are wider. So nicer because we're comparing two couches. Okay. All right. So that was just a little quick review of the comparative, using the comparative form of an adjective. All right. So let's go back to page 88. So we do have an animated grammar chart on page 88 that's right next to the table. And because we can't all watch at the same time, I usually ask you to watch it on your own, and you can just ask me questions if you have any. So I want to encourage you to either pause the video and watch it now, or you can watch it later. But I do want to encourage you. I think it'll be very helpful to watch the animated video that's in the QR code on page 88. So just scan that with your phone and watch that, okay? All right, awesome. All right, so let's look at the chairs there. We've got 3 chairs on page 88. We've got the blue armchair. Remember, when it has the armrest on it, you call that an armchair. And that's usually a more formal type of chair, a chair that you would see at the ends of a formal dining room table. That's usually where you would see that. And then the red chair is a kitchen chair. It costs $59. And once again, that yellow chair is a folding chair. You usually use those types of chairs if you have a game table or as an extra seating at your house if you're having a party and you have a lot of people over. You also see folding chairs at picnics, at weddings when you have a lot of guests at an event. I have a card table at home. Actually, I have 2, and I have 8 folding chairs, and they really, really come in handy when my children have company over, their friends over, and we're feeding a lot of extra kids. Um, I plan to have a party at my house very soon, and those chairs and tables will come in handy so that I'll have a place for my guests to sit and eat, because only 6 people can fit at my kitchen table. So with my 2 card tables and my 8 folding chairs, I can seat, 8 more people. So let's see, let's go on. All right, let's see. So which chair is cheaper? If you're looking at page 88 at those 3 chairs, which chair is the cheapest? The folding chair is the cheapest, right? Yep. And I use cheapest as my form for the adjective because I was comparing all 3 chairs. If I put my hand over the yellow chair and we're only looking at the blue chair, the blue armchair, and the red kitchen chair, then I would say which chair is cheaper because I'm only comparing 2 things. Which chair is cheaper? Yes, that's right. The red chair is cheaper because it's only $59 and the blue chair is $79. Okay, now if I move my hand and you see all 3 chairs, then I'm going to ask which chair is the cheapest. All right, so the statements: the blue chair is cheap, the red chair is cheaper. We're looking at only those 2, and if we're looking at all 3, we'll say the yellow chair is the cheapest. So that is how you use the superlative form. All right. So we use superlatives to compare 3 or more things. Okay, so the next thing that we're going to do, we're going to write some things down. So I want to invite you to write this with me. So let me erase the board first, because I really miss my big board at Vision Church. I had lots of room to write lots of things, but this board is like not even half the size of that one. I hope you can see this okay. So I'm going to abbreviate the words. I have to put 3 things across here. So I'm going to abbreviate, but you can write the whole word in your table. So in the first column, write the word adjective. I really don't have room on this board, but to spell adjective is ADJECTIVE. In the second column, I have to abbreviate it to COMP, but you want to write the word comparative over your second column, and that's COMPARATIVE. And in the third column, I'm going to write superlative, but I'm going to abbreviate that with SUP. And superlative is SUPERLATIVE. Okay, all right. So we're going to fill in the blanks with the correct form of the adjective. So I'm going to put some words in here for you, and then you're going to finish the chart, okay? So this adjective is cheap. Okay, so I'm putting the comparative form of this adjective. I'm putting the superlative form of this adjective. Okay, I hope you can read that. All right, so in this chart, I have 3 columns. The tops of the column headings are adjective, comparative, and superlative. So I filled out some areas in the chart, and other areas of the chart are blanks for you to fill out. So the first row, I put in the adjective cheap, and you have to put in the comparative form and the superlative form of the adjective cheap. So cheap, that's a 1-syllable adjective, right? So how did we say you create the comparative form? You add ER, right? So this would be cheaper. Okay? And the superlative form of the adjective cheap would be what? That's right. I knew you guys had it. Cheapest. Okay? All right, so I'm going to give you a minute or two to do the next row. So I left out the adjective and I put the comparative form of that adjective is bigger. So you have to fill in what that adjective is, and you have to fill in the superlative form of that adjective. So if the comparative form of the adjective is bigger, what is that adjective? You got it. Inja, I'm so glad you were able to join us, and you are correct. The adjective is big. Okay, let's see here. Okay, so we are still on the second row. These are columns, and these are our rows. So on the second row, we have the adjective big. The comparative form of big is bigger. You'd use that to compare two things. And the superlative form of the adjective big is, what'd you say, Gabby? You said biggest? Yes, that is correct. Uh-oh, let me find my marker. Oh, here it is. Okay. Okay, so right in your third column on the second row, biggest. Okay, third row. The superlative form of this adjective is the most expensive. So what is the adjective? Okay, Shelly, what'd you say? Did you say the adjective is expensive? Yes, expensive. Okay, and that adjective has three syllables, right? Expensive. So is the comparative form of expensive expensiver? And yes, Con, it is more expensive. More expensive. Okay. And the last one, the last row, the adjective is good. The comparative form is gooder. Nope. How about it? Mary, what'd you say? Did you say gooder? No, you said better. Right. Better. And the superlative is Liz? Goodest? No, what is it? Best. That's right. So good, better, best. And this is just something you have to memorize. Okay, and so like I said at the beginning of class, there is a chart in page 130 of your student workbook that has some examples of adjectives with their comparative and superlative form for you. Okay, all righty, so let's see if there's anything else for this page. Okay, yeah, so exercise 2. We're going to practice. It says complete the conversations, use superlatives. So what I want you to do for this, I want you to pause the video, give yourself just a few minutes to complete these exercises on your own, and then you can watch the video to check it. But before you do that, let's go over the first one together. So exercise 2, practice. Write complete the conversations. Use superlatives, because we've already did lots of practice with the comparatives. All right, so number 1 they did for us, but let's look at these prices. This is a good opportunity to practice saying prices and saying dollar amounts. So the big flat screen TV, how much is that? $1,995, or you could say $1,995. The old style TV is $75, and then the big box TV is $199. Okay? All right. So, number 1, which TV is the cheapest? Now, we're comparing 3 TVs, so that's why you need the superlatives, because anytime you're comparing more than 2 things, remember, you use the you use the superlative form of the adjective. Okay, so which TV is the cheapest? The second TV is the cheapest because it's $75. All right, so I'm going to pause right here, and you hit pause, complete the rest on your own, and then restart the video when you're done, okay? All right, here we go. Let's check your answers for exercise 2, the practice. All right, number 2, which TV is, the adjective is heavy, and we're looking for the superlative form, heavy. That's 2 syllables. Well, heavy. Okay. Which TV is heavy? So, well, the question is, I'm sorry. The question is, which TV is, the adjective is heavy. So you use the correct form is the heaviest because you're comparing 3. So which TV is the heaviest? The answer is B, the second TV is the heaviest, because the older style TVs are definitely more heavy than the newer. Okay, number 3. Which TV is, the adjective is expensive. Which TV is the most expensive? You look in your grammar chart. If the adjective is 2 or more syllables, it says you use the most in front of the adjective. So number 3, which TV is the most expensive? B, the first TV is the most expensive because $1,995 is more than $75, and that is also more than $199.99. Okay, number 4, which TV is the oldest? The second TV is the oldest. Number 5, which TV is the smallest? The second TV is the smallest. Number 6, which TV is the widest? And wide is like this way. The first TV is the widest. Number 7, which TV is the best? Okay, that adjective is good for that one. And so remember, we learned that good, the comparative is better, and the superlative is best. So which TV is the best? B, the first TV is the best. And number 8, which TV is the newest? B, the first TV is the newest. Okay, so I hope this was helpful, and you can continue to, like I said, listen to the audio for the QR code up next to the grammar chart. It's really helpful, and I hope you enjoyed this lesson, and I will see you in the next lesson.